Hi customers and friends of Neon Surveys, welcome back to another video and a slightly different one this time, but you join me en route down to Bognor Regis where we're going to be producing a topographical survey for one of our architect clients. But recently we went to a product launch by Leica of their AP20 and we had a video out on that, but they've reached out to us and asked if we would like to have a live demo on a job of that piece of equipment. For those of you that aren't aware, the AP20 is an add-on to the detail pole that allows you to forget the bubble, basically. It has tilt compensators built into it, so it can calculate the vertical angle of the prism. It also has an auto height measuring element to it, so that you don't have to worry about putting in the correct prism height and all your levels are correct. And then it also has a nice little feature if you've got multiple people on site with multiple prisms. The total station will only lock onto that particular prism that you have and not jump to someone else's. So yeah, we'll crack on, head down to Bognor Regis and yeah, get our hands on the AP20. So this is the AP20, so it attaches onto its own special pole. So this communicates with the total station and then you've got your prism on top. This has a Imu Tilt Compensator in, so this works out at what angle that the prism's at, so basically you have to forget about the bubble. It also, with this pole, also automatically detects what height you've got the prism at, so saves a lot of faffing, a lot of mistakes in that sense. So we'll give this a go, see how it is, see how much time it knocks off on the job. So I'm now back home and after a 3-hour drive that's given me some time to draw some conclusions on the AP20. But to start off with, I'd like to just put a few things on record. I know us surveyors can be quite tribal between red boxes and yellow boxes, but when it comes to equipment we've always been very open to who we use and not specific to any one manufacturer. We always hire or have extended demo trials of kit and always try and push the kit to its maximum, find out its weaknesses, its positives before we commit to purchasing any equipment. So we're not steadfast on any one manufacturer. And on that note, I'd like to just say that Leica aren't giving us any beneficial treatment for this video. There's no financial or jumping the queue in getting hold of one if that's the route we go. It's very much just a demo and let's have a go with the kit and stuff like that. And also on that note, Leica haven't told us what we can and can't say about it, so this is genuinely our opinions of the AP20. So now to conclusions. I always like to end on a positive, so I'll start with maybe some of the negatives and then finish on the positives. So I guess one little downside of the AP20 is obviously it is battery operated. Battery life isn't a concern for me. I'm pretty confident that the batteries would last a whole day on site, and even if they did run out, you do still have the bubble that you can fall back on. I guess the only thing with the battery is it's another set of batteries to remember to charge, along with controllers and instruments and stuff like that. So it's a tiny negative, but nothing too major. The other little negative is because you now can get into places to pick up detail that you might not ordinarily have before, you are sometimes, I found myself sort of twisting around a tree, say, to get the detail pole into the corner on a change in angle on a fence. So there is some of that just to consider, that you might find yourself actually manoeuvring around stuff a little bit more. Not necessarily a negative, but if you are a bit like me and your back isn't what it used to be, it can sometimes be a bit more tricky than others. But really, they're the negatives I found. Nothing too major. So the positives. Yeah, obviously, like a slogan, it's forget the bubble. You genuinely do forget the bubble, and actually I found most of the time I had my hand over the bubble, so really wasn't looking at it. So yeah, you then start sort of concentrating more on the detail, and then the spin-off of that is you do save time. You're looking at, say, just spot levels, or even just picking up detail. You're saving about a second or 2 to 3 seconds per measurement. Now, if you multiply that over, say, let's say you're doing 1,000 measurements in a day, that's nearly an hour's worth of saving in a day. So that's pretty impressive. And I found, as the time-lapse showed, like I put a whole load of levels across the site we were working on really quickly, very quickly. The other positive that you'll have seen in the photos, which actually for me, this is where the obvious positives are a lesser importance than perhaps some of the not so obvious ones. So there was a photo earlier on in the video where I was picking up the edge of the road. Now the road was a busy road, and being able to just put the point in and me be that extra half meter away from whizzing wing mirrors actually made me feel a lot more comfortable. So from a health and safety point of view, actually it is a benefit. It's a real benefit. Same with, there was a little ditch. I could measure the other side of the ditch without actually having to either jump over the ditch or worry too much about falling in the ditch, because I didn't have to have the pole level, level, straight, upright. So yeah, it's little things like that just suddenly become, actually, you know what, this is quite important, and it makes the kit worth it. So overall conclusions on it, I think it's a great bit of kit. It doesn't add too much weight to the pole. I was a bit apprehensive about, is it going to make it heavy? But no, it doesn't, not really. I would happily do a whole day of topos, and I don't think you'd overly notice the additional weight. So I think it's a great bit of kit. It is something we are definitely going to look at investing in. And I think if you guys can get your hands on one and have a go with one, I think you'll be equally impressed. So yeah, that's a roundup of the AP20. So as always, if you would like us to help you out on any of your projects, go to our website, neonsurveys.com, or send us an email at asapsurvey@neonsurveys.com. Catch you all soon.